Okay, cool. Thanks everyone for jumping on for the last week of business training. Tonight we're going to cover the 5 belief areas. Now, the reason I'm doing this is, one, because David Wood covers it, so it must be good, and 2, I found it resonated with me a lot, and it's a good way to really point out whether there's certain areas that you're maybe unsure about, nervous in, don't understand, and they really sharpen your business. So this is a good way to really point out what it is, and then you can go to work on it. So, there's homework attached to this. And for those who have been to a university in action with David Wood, you would have covered this as well. And if you haven't been, or even if you have been, definitely go to the next one coming up in your area. They're amazing events. So basically tonight we're going to cover your belief areas in the Isagenix products, the compensation plan, network marketing as an industry, the company, Isagenix, and being a network marketer. So you being a network marketer. And then we're just going to touch on your why at the end. I don't know why I'm not in full mode here. Here we go. Yeah, we're going to touch on your why at the end. So, and the idea is to find out where you sit on a range from 1 to 10 and what you have to do to change it. What do you have to learn, understand, change your belief in if you want to be successful in this. So the first one is the Isagenix products. So the very first thing for me, and pretty much for everyone who enrolls in the Isagenix program, I'll share this if I like it or if I get good results. Everyone sort of seems to come back with that because we all like to test something out before we recommend it to people. So I want you to sit back and ask yourself where you sit from 1 to 10 with the Isagenix products. What's your belief in how this changes people's lives physically and emotionally? So a good way is to sit back and ask yourself, what impact did it have on your life? What impact did it have on your life? So then it affected the people around you. So maybe you lost a bunch of kilos and then inspired your family members to lose weight as well, or something like that. What impact has this had in your life? And put it in perspective, measure it to other things you've done in your life. I mean, whatever it has to be to really get a good understanding of what impact this had on you. I know for me, I grew up with my dad as a naturopath, mum with a health food shop. I tried so many products. I was eating well, I was training well, but I still suffered from a lack of energy. I was getting run down and sick all the time. So I knew my body was missing something. So for me, someone who was so focused on health and wellness, for me to do this program and get such a positive change really sunk deep into the core of me that this program can really help pretty much anyone out there because, for one, there's not that many people, not everyone's that interested in health. So it helps those people, it makes it easy for them to be able to get a good health change. Or if you are a health fanatic, there's still positive changes it can have there for you for so many reasons, not just the products. It's the structure, it's the community support, the personal development around it. There's so many aspects to these products. So to give you a bit of information about the products, it's scientifically backed. There's peer-reviewed journal studies done on this. I think there's 6, maybe 7. Isagenix tries to go above organic standards. So they're not called organic because a lot of the countries that they source their ingredients from don't even have organic standards. You got to remember that's a westernized thing, organic. Most third world countries that live in the bush just eat organic. They don't call it organic. It's third-party tested, so we know that there's no heavy metals in the products. We know that the purity of the herb or the ingredient is what it's supposed to be. So if it's ginseng, it's not just some over-commercial product ginseng that has hardly any nutrition in it. It's quality ginseng. And there's so much there you can learn. You can go on isagenixbusiness.com. You can call back office and speak to the people who create these products or understand them from a scientific point of view. So the question is, what do you have to do? Work out where you sit. And if you're not, what's going on here? Sorry. What's happened here? Am I still there, Rach? Can you see that? Yeah, cool. So if you find yourself at a 7, then maybe you need to go away and do some more research and answer those questions that you have or you're not sure about, and get them answered. So you have clarity and posture when you talk about these products. Because if you're a 6 and you're talking to someone who's healthy, who you know is fit, and they're asking you about the product, if you're not a 10, they're going to see through your belief in this, and they're not going to want to do what you do. So you need to be a 10 in the products and really have that belief behind it. So what do you have to do to go and become a 10? A suggestion I have as well is, if you've been doing this for a long time, and you want to lift your belief and keep it strong, is to go back and do a full 30-day month reset. Like, no drinking, get off the coffee, eat well, follow the program to a T, get a great change, and that will re-inspire your belief in the product. The next one's the company. So what is your belief in the company from 1 to 10? So this is Isogenics. It's a US-based company. It's 100% privately owned. So it's not on the stock market or anything like that. They have a goal to impact world health and free people from both physical and financial pain. So they're coming in with a real goal of changing the health crisis that we're seeing at the moment. It's, you guys know what it's like. It's in the papers every day. People around you are just, there's health issues going on everywhere. It's in our face a lot. So they're really trying to tackle that. And this company, from a business point of view, when the 2008 financial crisis hit, they pumped millions of their own money back into the compensation plan to help support the people in the business of Isogenics. That's how much they care about the associates. And I know the co-founder, Jim Coover, has a saying, if it's not right for the associates, it's not right for the company. So he really thinks about us associates first. So yeah, what do you know about the company? Maybe go and do some research, really get a good understanding of who these guys are and what they represent, because that'll build your belief as well in why this company even exists. It's not just a money-making thing. They really do want to help and change the world. What do you know about the co-founders? There's Kim and Kathy Coover, and also John Anderson. So Jim Coover, he was a overweight, bullied kid at school who then came out to become a bodybuilder. So he really understands the struggle people go through with their weight. And in terms of business, he took the Atkins diet to $1 billion a year, $1 billion a year company. So he's known for one of the best in the industry. So you've got someone like Jim Coover, who's passionate about the health and changing people's lives, with that much business experience in the company of Isogenics. That is amazing. His wife, Kathy Coover, and co-founder, she was a dental hygienist who then got into network marketing through Jim, and she became the top income earner of 3 different companies. That is insane to do it once in one company, to be the top. She's done it in 3 companies. So she really understands what it's like to work in the field, and she basically represents us in the training programs and that sort of stuff. So you're in good hands. This company, you're in good hands with the training and the systems behind it. And then you got the actual products themselves. So John Anderson is what's called a master formulator. So he's created over 3,000 products. Most formulators, master formulators, only have to create a couple of products to be called a master formulator, whereas Jim's done over 3,000. I think it's like 300 different companies. Is that right, Rach? Yeah, close enough. I'll find the exact stats and I'll put it under there. I sort of whipped this together pretty quickly from memory. But he originally created this system for himself. So he was bitten by a spider. He had to have a kidney removed. He's very, very ill. So he created his own system for himself before it ever became a business idea. So it had good intentions from the start. And then it worked so well and it was so good that he went to Jim and Kathy Coover and said, hey, I've got this idea. So Eric Coover is the son of Kathy and John. Now Kathy and Jim. He was becoming a professional golfer, and his parents said, you can either go and become a golfer or you can become a part of the business. And he chose to become a part of the business, and he started what's called the START movement. So that's basically between 18 and 35-year-olds. It's focused on them. So traditionally, network marketing has been aimed at the older generations, but he really brought it back down and made it cool, made it fun for young people. It's an opportunity to step out of your 9-to-5 career now and start really living life and not having to wait until you retire. So amazing sort of movement he created there. I think we've got some of the highest number of people under 35 in any company, just from Eric Coover. It's insane. So again, with the company, what do you understand about the company and what do you need to learn to bring up your belief in the company? So when somebody says, what's Isagenix, you know what it is and you have belief and that sort of stuff behind it. So network marketing as an industry. So this is one that I struggled with from the start personally because I didn't understand the industry. I'd heard things like it's a pyramid scheme. The only person that make money are the people at the top. You can only scam your friends and everyone will cross the street when they see you walking down the street, all these sorts of things that I'd heard about network marketing, but I'd never, ever actually even read anything about it and had no understanding about it. So after I loved the products and Rory, my sponsor, my enrolling sponsors, he left his full-time physio job and was traveling. I was like, what do you mean you're traveling, you're not going back to work? You just had a one-way ticket. And he still hasn't worked to this day, a legitimate job like he did back then, working in the corporate world. So that's when it really opened my eyes up that, hey, this is a potential opportunity. And I started looking into it. And I had all these hang-ups and I was a 1. And this is the perfect example. I was a 1 and I had to work to get to a 10. That network marketing is an incredible industry. If you compare this to other industries, you've got being an employee, which I was at the time. I was working in the mining industry. I had a capped income. I was making amazing money, but I had a capped income. I couldn't earn any more than that. I couldn't out-earn my boss. I had to climb the corporate ladder to make more money. I was doing huge hours and making massive sacrifices. It wasn't fun. I didn't pick my friends to work with. I had shitty bosses. And it just wasn't me. It wasn't sitting well with me. I was like, nah, there's another way. I'm not sitting here with 4 weeks holidays a year. I'm out of here. I got to find something else. And, hence why this popped up. I looked into starting businesses. I got a lot of friends who have successful businesses. But when you start a business, it's generally a huge investment to get it started. It's high risk. The percentage after 10 years of businesses that are still alive is very low. I think it's like 10% less, if that. And you end up doing everything. So most people start a business to create freedom, but then you end up being an employee for that business. You have to do everything. You got to take the bins out, do the sales, order, logistics, you name it. You have to do it all, and it's all on you. So if you're like me and you didn't have any business experience, that's a huge risk to take. And probably hence why a lot of businesses do fail. People just don't understand what it takes to run a business and how hard it is. So, so comparing network marketing to traditional business, it's hard work, and it might not just be the freedom that you're looking for. Working in sales, high stress, benchmarks, bosses, the same thing. It's all the same. Corporate ladder, being an investor, high risk. If you don't risk at all, there's no reward. No risk, no reward. Also, you have to be highly trained or skilled in that area. So for your average Joe Blow or even someone in sales, it's an awesome opportunity in network marketing. And then you look at what network marketing is. So low risk. So because it's a low startup cost, generally there's a 30-day money back. Actually, I think always a 30-day money back guarantee to start. So you don't like the product, you can send it back. So there's no risk on losing your money. You get mentored the whole way through. You get training. Look at what we get in Isagenix. We have everyone from David Wood to our fun celebration events that are all business-related training on mindset, strategy, working with people, you name it. You get to pick your team. You can work from anywhere in the world. And I know this was a big attraction for me because I love travel and I love freedom. They're my highest values. So to be able to work a business from your laptop and travel, that is insane. Like, how cool is that? So all these things, low cost, you get trained, you can work from anywhere. So if you want to have a business or you want to live that sort of lifestyle, then this is the perfect opportunity to get involved in something like that. And on top of that, your income is not capped. You really get rewarded for what you do. Look at Kylie Donaldson, number one income earner in Australia, New Zealand, and you know some of her biggest months have been up around $400,000. Like I don't know many people. I know 2 people in business that sort of make that money, and they inherited those businesses that have been around forever. So yeah, crazy opportunity. And you look at her lifestyle, awesome. It's a part of the evolved economy. So we know we're growing with the way the world's going, being small businesses, online, more in touch. It's not like your Blockbuster that's, you know, seeing the end of its tether. Remember Blockbuster and the VCRs and then the DVDs, you know, and now it's all online. So we're really keeping up with those times. And you know, look at Airbnb and Uber. Airbnb is the biggest accommodation in the world. Uber is the biggest transport in the world, and they're all online. Like, this is the way everything's going. So network marketing as an industry, where do you sit, and what do you need to do to lift that up to a 10? What do you need to understand? What do you need to, what little chips on your shoulder do you need to get rid of through education and understanding better? And when someone says to you, oh my God, is that a pyramid scheme or is that network marketing? You can be like, yeah, it is. And this is why. And, you know, you can really own it. To give you an idea how big network marketing is, this is 2012 stats. I didn't have time to find a better one. I put this together very quickly last minute. Sorry. But in 2012, just to give you a bit of an idea, NFL, $9.5 billion industry. The music industry, this is like Jay-Z, you name it, all those people, Justin Timberlake, all these massive income earners, $16.5 billion industry. Video gaming, no idea about it. Apparently it's big, 67 billion. You got the movie industry, like the Blockbuster, Hollywood, all this sort of stuff, 80 billion. And then you go to network marketing, $167 billion. That is insane. That is like more than all of them put together. So almost. So yeah, it just gives you an idea of how big this industry is, the potential, and yeah, hopefully that helps your belief a little bit. Okay, then we've got the compensation plan. So the Isogenics compensation plan. Where do you sit from 1 to 10? What's your belief in that you can actually make income out of this, a little income or whatever it is behind that? How much do you understand the compensation plan? You know, can you do the basics like you share, they share? There's so many people I know in this company that still can't do that. So really check in with yourself. Ask yourself, how much do you understand about the compensation plan? It's very much designed to reward effort. It's not about the person being at the top makes all the money. This is everyone gets equal opportunity. You have to build. It's a binary model. So you build 2 communities who use, love, and share your products. So it's a pretty simple concept. If you look at the Isogenics compensation plan and how the business model works, it's 80% product users and about 20% business users. So majority of people are just using the products, and it's the small percentage that are actually doing what we're doing now, which is promoting the industry and, you know, creating a business out of this. So what do you guys know, understand about your product introductory bonuses, your rank advancement bonuses? Basically, if you're not sure, the product introductory bonuses is basically the difference. It's the money we get up front. So when you share a product yourself, then it's the money you get up front. And basically that's the difference between wholesale and retail. So same as what sort of a shop does, you know, you get a percentage of that. Then you get the rank advancement bonuses. So as you grow in the business and you get new ranks, the company rewards your growth and determination, and they'll pay you that way as well. And then you have the residual income of things. So residual income, when you understand what residual income is and how hard it is to create residual income and what residual income can allow for you in your life, the change in lifestyle you can have, it's getting paid long after you've done the job. So for instance, for me and Rachel, we started just sharing this program organically with people around us, and they would buy the product. We get the product introductory bonus. Awesome. But then we'd started getting this residual income, and it's getting paid on a week that maybe we zoned out that week and went away to Bali and came back. We're still getting paid on that. We still have people buying, loving, and sharing our products in our network. And the bigger network you grow, the more residual income you can create. And what does that mean? I mean, that means anything, whatever you want it to mean. For me, my highest value is travel and freedom. So for me, that allows me to step away from my corporate job and not have to be in that world, where I can enjoy time with my family, my friends. I can travel. I don't have to be at a desk under someone else's watch all the time, you know. Like, I still see a lot of my friends now, they work in the corporate world and they get their 4 weeks off a year. Or, you know, tonight a friend of mine wanted to jump on a call with another friend to talk about business, and he couldn't. He had to work, and his boss isn't going to let him go out for a 30-minute call. You know, you're so regimented as to your lifestyle. So residual income really allows you to live your true free life, whatever that is to you. So that's sort of just a little bit about the compensation plan. What do you understand about it? What do you need to understand about it to lift your needle or your number from 1 to 10? And this is one of the biggest ones, I think, in terms of if you want to grow this business, you really have to understand this. You won't be able to let it go. There's nothing that really compares to what we're doing here, in my opinion, from the things I've done and seen, the friends I know in all sorts of areas of employment and business and money. So, yeah, pretty awesome. Being a network marketer. So it's all good and well understanding all this and understanding the business, the company, the products, all this sort of stuff. But what about you in network marketing? What belief do you have in yourself that you can actually do what's required to become a network marketer? So where do you rate yourself from 1 to 10? And what do you need to do to change your belief that you can do it? One of the biggest things for me is going to events. So, you know, that really keeps my belief high, because there's people I see there on stage, and, you know, not to sound cocky or anything, but they're no smarter than anyone else. They're just doing the do. They're doing it well. They're learning. They're growing. So just understand that. So, you know, really to build belief in yourself, I think you need to build belief in the other areas as well. Really understand it. Personal development, personal growth. So whether you're reading books, being around different people, so maybe changing your circle of friends to people who do this sort of stuff, and you can realize what they're doing and that you can do it too. Yeah, so I pretty much covered that. Sorry, just reading. So it's still very much like traditional work. You know, we don't have to do a lot of the things that traditional business do, but there's a lot of things we have to do. There's commitment, there's sacrifice. It's all these things that come along with it. It's not a free ride. You still have to work hard at it. It's just that you get a lot of help along the way, and it's not the big risk. And also, you know, network marketing gets a hard rap. It really does. So you really have to understand it. If you want to be in it and be able to talk to people about it, you have to really have that belief in yourself as well doing it. So again, what do you need to do to change your belief, your number from a 1 to a 10? So this is another area I wanted to cover, your why. So your why, I mean, the why to me is what you value most, what drives you, what inspires you, you know, the juicy bits out of life, what you want to work to every day. That's your why. I mean, my why is I want to be free. I want to live an extraordinary life. I do. I really want to travel and make the most out of everything, just squeeze the juice out of life. And I can't do that stuck behind a job. So that drives me all the time. You know, when I'm having a hard day, when things get hard, I just think of that. Well, what's your other option? Go get a job? Like, no way. That's soul crushing for me. So that's my why. I keep it in front of me all the time, and it drives me because at the end of the day, this is a really cool picture, I think, of what success is. And there's an idea of what we think success is, that it's smooth sailing somewhere, but at the end of the day, it doesn't. It's the big scribbly mess of up and downs. And you can even talk to really successful people in this company like Jackson Parr, Kylie Donaldson, and they will tell you, they'll say, I still feel like I don't know what I'm doing. I still don't understand how I did this. You know, it's messy. Business is messy. Life is messy. It's not smooth sailing with anything. And anything worth doing is always going to be hard. So that's just something really to keep in mind. So really dig deep, find out why you want to do this, find out, you know, what you want to get out of life, Know it, write it down, look at it every day, whether that's on vision boards, writing letters to yourself. What's that thing you do sometimes you write a letter? Scripting, all sorts of stuff, like really work out what your why is and keep it in front of your mind, whatever you have to do. And the other point I wanted to make is, what is your team's why? So I sat down with one of my guys the other day, new guys, and we went over his why. And his was freedom, same as mine. He loves surfing and travel and just having his own time. He just doesn't want to be like someone's clock all the time. He wants to be able to go to the gym when he wants and train and surf. And he also wants money. He wants to be successful. He's very driven. He wants to create his big vision is to create a property portfolio, and just understanding what they want to get out of life. So then, when he's slacking off, when he's having a hard time, I can remind him as well as him reminding himself. So that's it. That's a wrap. So what do you need to do to move your number? I hope that helped. I hope you guys wrote notes. I hope you really thought about it. If not, go back and think about it. If you've got one of these books, this is from University in Action. Maybe go back and complete the book again. If not, attend the next University in Action course. They're coming up here. If you look at the calendar, Melbourne, Perth, and Auckland in June and November. So check that out as well. Really come along. David Wood is a master at creating belief in network marketing and isogenics. So get along there. Heaps of fun weekend. We're all going to be there and ripping it up. We'll have some shindigs and get all the community together. So I hope that helped, guys. I'll just stop this recording.